Hi team, here is the plan for the mock FA. All right, it'll really help if you follow along with the timeline. I know that's what I'm doing. That's also attached to this email. Um, so yeah, if you just want to follow along with the timeline, that'll make things a little bit easier. So from 0545 to 0600, we'll still be doing temp checks in this area out here. For reference, the det is right here. Um, this is the ramp on the Gettler Field. Shortly before 0600, everyone will get onto the field. In POC, you will line up at you'll line up 12 across this field. Okay, your cadets will line up facing you, so they'll be back here, um, and we will commence with the reading of the verbiage because there's push-up, sit-up, and running verbiage that we have to read. Captain wants us to read it all at once, so we'll take care of that in the beginning, and then we'll go right into the push-up portion. Okay. As you can see, there are 3 rounds of push-ups, and we're not going to be starting any new activities until the previous activities all the way done. So your cadets will be lined up facing you. They'll be back here. We'll go into round 1 of push-ups, round 2, round 3, because none of you have more than 3 cadets. And then the key is, because we only have 6 sit-up stations, we're going to have to funnel 2 push-up stations together to create one long line. If you look at the personnel document, there are group numbers, so try and stay close. The key, though, is that we got to have the 100s up front. The 100s have to do the sit-ups first, and that is because we want to get them running first. So, because we don't really know how long they're going to take, so we don't really want to tack them on at the end, because if they go way over on the running time, well, that's not necessarily good. But we know how fast generally the 200s are going to run, so that helps us with estimating our timeline. But anyways, make sure your 100s are up front in the sit-up line. 100 group leaders, make sure that your cadets are making their way to the front. And then we'll have 5 to 6 rounds of sit-ups. After the sit-ups, we're going to have you lift up your bag. I'm going to run through with a spray bottle, spray both sides of the bag, and then the next group is going to begin. Once the 100s have finished, okay, that's where we get a little more moving parts, a few more moving parts. So the 100s are going to be transitioning to the track, and the 200s are still going to be doing sit-ups, right? Because like I said, the 100s are going first. So this station will go to lane 7. This station will go to lane 1. Lane 7, lane 1. Lane 7, lane 1. All lane 7 people, or let me start with lane 1. All lane 1 people will start where we normally start our PFA or our FA runs. Okay, so that's close to the bleachers on the same side of the stadium as the ramp. Lane 7 people will be starting catacorner to that. The reason for that is for social distancing. Lane 7 people, you will run 5.5 laps. Lane 1 people, you will still run 6. So POC, who are in charge of the 100s and 200s, I guess, once you get them over to lane 7 and you see that they're in their lane and they're ready to go, run back to lane 1. Okay, run back to this area here, because that's where you're going to be able to see the clock to keep track of their time. Okay, and remember, lane 7 people are running 5.5 laps. Lane 1 people are running 6 laps. Right? They're all going to finish here, which is why you're running back, because this is going to be the finish line for everybody. And while that is going on, the 200s will be completing their sit-up portion. I need to be over here helping the 200s keep track of time. So I'm going to rely on you all to get your people either to lane 7 or lane 1. Again, it's on the personnel assignment or personnel attachment, and get them lined up and ready to go. Once the 200s are or once I can get away from the 200s and they're doing sit-ups on their own, I will start round 1 of running, right? And we'll get the 100s going on the run while the 200s are still doing sit-ups. While the 100s are doing the run, the 200s will then finish their sit-ups, and then they will do the same thing. They'll get in a holding, they'll stand around here and here, getting ready to get on the track to start their run. That'll take place around 0640-ish. And then at 0700, everyone is done running. And we'll dismiss from there. We'll give you one shot of the board. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow.